Hello everyone, I am Teacher Mercy. Let us learn today about radical equations and how to solve equations involving radical expressions. Are you now ready? Here we go. What is a radical equation? A radical equation is an equation in which the variable appears in the radicand. Here are some of the examples. Square root of x minus 2 equals 10. The cube root of 2x plus 1 is equal to the cube root of x plus 8. 4 plus the square root of x minus 2 equals x. 3 times the cube root of x plus 1 equals 2. X minus 6 is equal to square root of x. And m is equal to the cube root of 16m. Sa mga given examples, makita natin na ang mga variables are under the radical sign. How do you solve a radical equation? Let us take this example 1. The square root of x minus 2 equals 10. Ano ba ang unang gagawin? First, arrange the equation so that the radical will be on one side and the other terms will be on the other side of the equations. Paano ba gawin? Let us add 2 on both sides of the equation, then the result will be square root of x equals 10 plus 2. Then add 10 plus 2, it will become the square root of x equals 12. Then express a square root of x to exponent form. Since the index is 2, so the exponent of x is 1/2. How do we eliminate the exponent 1/2? So we have to square both sides of the equation. So magiging x raised to 1/2 raised to 2 equals 12 squared. Then x raised to 1/2 raised to 2 equals x, and 12 raised to 2 equals 144. Let's check if this value 144 satisfies the given equation. So let us substitute the value of x 144 to the original equation. So square root of 144 minus 2 is it equal to 10? So square root of 144 rather is 12 minus 2 equals 10, and 12 minus 2 equals 10. So 10 is equal to 10. So this means that x equals 144 is a solution to the given equation. Okay, let's take example 2. 3 times the cube root of x plus 1 equals 2. In this equation, hindi na kailangang i-isolate ang radical term. Why? Since the radical is already isolated on one side of the equation. Let us proceed directly to eliminating the radical. How do we eliminate the radical? Sa halip na i-express natin ang radical into exponential form, kagaya sa example number 1, let us use the rule the nth root of a raised to n equals a, which is also equivalent to a raised to 1 over n raised to n. This is equal to a. To eliminate the radical, let us raise both sides to 3. Why 3? Since the index of the radical is 3. So it will be the cube of the quantity 3 times the cube root of x plus 1 equals 2 cubed. So take note na kung ano ang gawin sa left side of the equation, ganon din ang gawin sa right side. So this will be, the cube of 3 is 27, which is 3 times 3 times 3, and the cube root of x plus 1 raised to 3 is equal to x plus 1 equals 2 cubed is 8. So, divide both sides by 27. It will be x plus 1 is equal to 8 over 27. Then solve for x. Add both sides by negative 1 using the addition property of equality. So this becomes x equals 8 over 27 minus 1. Then 8 over 27 minus 1 is equal to negative 19 over 27. Let us check if the value negative 19 over 27 satisfies the given equation. So substitute this value, negative 19 over 27, to the original equation. So we have 3 times the cube root of negative 19 over 27 plus 1 equals 2. Then simplify the radicand. We have 3 times the cube root of negative 19 plus 27 over 27 is equal to 2, and we have 3 times the cube root of 8 over 27, the simplified form of negative 19 plus 27 over 27, and the cube root of 8 over 27 is 2/3. Multiplied to 3 is equal to 2. Then we have 2 is equal to 2. So that makes this equation true. So that means that negative 19 over 27 is an apparent solution to the equation. Let's take example 3. The cube root of 2x plus 1 equals the cube root of x plus 8. In this equation, hindi na kailangang i-arrange ang terms since one radical is on the left side and the other is on the right side of the equation. So we go directly to raising both sides to the power 3 since the index is 3. So we have the cube root of 2x plus 1 raised to 3 is equal to the cube root of x plus 8 raised to 3. Simplify, the result is 2x plus 1 equals x plus 8. Then combine like terms by applying the addition property of equality. So we have 2x minus x equals 8 minus 1. And the result is x equals 7. Let us check if the value 7 satisfies the given equation. So substitute 7 to the original equation. So it will be the cube root of 2 times 7 plus 1 equals the cube root of 7 plus 8. Then simplify, we have the cube root of 14 plus 1 equals the cube root of 15. Thus, the cube root of 15 is equal to cube root of 15. So, in this case, 7, the value 7 satisfies the given equation. Let's take another example. The square root of x minus 3 plus the square root of x equals 3. What do you observe in this equation? Since there are two radical terms on the left side, dapat i-arrange muna natin ang terms na isa lang ang radical on one side and the other will be moved to the other side of the equation. So, by adding negative square root of x on both sides, applying the addition property of equality, the result is the square root of x minus 3 equals 3 minus the square root of x. Next is, we will eliminate the radical by raising both sides to the power 2 or squaring both sides since the index is 2. Then, the square of the square root of x minus 3 is x minus 3 equals the square of the quantity 3 minus the square root of x is just the same as multiplying the quantity 3 minus the square root of x times the quantity 3 minus the square root of x. We may apply FOIL method or the distributive property of multiplication. So it will become x minus 3 is equal to 9 minus 3 square root of x minus 3 square root of x plus x. This is by distributive property of multiplication. Then, combine like terms and apply addition property of equality. The result is 6 square root of x equals 9 plus 3. Then, 9 plus 3 equals 12. So, 6 square root of x equals 12. Divide both sides by 6. The resulting equation is square root of x equals 2. Since there is still a radical term, then we will square both sides again to eliminate the radical sign. So it will be the square of the square root of x equals 2 squared. And simplify or solve for x, it will become x equals 4. Let us check if the value 4 satisfies the given equation. So substitute 4 to the original equation. So we have square root of 4 minus 3 plus square root of 4 equals 3. Then square root of 4 minus 3 is square root of 1 plus square root of 4 is 2. And then it's equal to 3. So the square root of 1 plus this 2 is equal to 3. So thus, the value 4 satisfies the given equation. Okay, next example. X minus 6 equals the square root of x. Now in this equation, we need not arrange since the radical is already on one side of the equation. So we go directly to eliminating the radical. So, let us square both sides of the equation since the index is 2. So we have the square of x minus 6 is equal to the square of square root of x. Then, square of x minus 6 is x squared minus 12x plus 36, and the square of the square root of x is x. Then, by adding both sides by negative x, the result is x squared minus 13x plus 36 equals 0. So this equation is a quadratic equation. How do you solve quadratic equation? What are the ways in solving quadratic equation? So we can solve this. It's either by factoring, by completing the square, or using the quadratic formula. So in this case, because this is factorable, so let us apply factoring. So the factors of x squared minus 13x plus 36 are the quantity x minus 4 and the quantity x minus 9. So the equation will be the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity x minus 9 equals 0. Applying the zero product property, set each factor to 0. So we have x minus 4 equals 0, and solve for x, the result is equal to 4. Then, x minus 9 equals 0, solve for x, so x equals 9. So in this case, there are two values of x as the result. of solving this equation. Now let us check if these values of x are solutions to these values of x satisfy the given equation. So let us check. For x equals 9, substitute this value 9 to the original equation. So we have 9 minus 6 equals the square root of 9. Then 9 minus 6 is 3, and square root of 9 equals 3. So 9 therefore satisfies the given equation. For x equals 4, so substitute to the original equation. So we have 4 minus 6 equals the square root of 4. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2, and the square root of 4 is 2. So here, negative 2 is not equal to 2. So this means 4 does not satisfy the equation. So how do you call this value 4? This 4 is what we called as extraneous root. What is an extraneous root? An extraneous root is a solution that does not satisfy the given equation. Based on the given examples, let us summarize the steps to solve radical equation. First, arrange the terms of the equation so that one term with radical is by itself on one side of the equation. Next, raise both sides of the equation to a power equal to the index in order to eliminate the radical. Third, combine like terms. Then if radical still remains, repeat steps 1 to 3. Then solve for the variable. Then lastly, check apparent solutions in the original equation. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that you gained something from this lesson. If you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga upcoming videos. Again, this is Teacher Mercy. Have fun learning math.